Yahoo! Welcome, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to the Aquarian Adepts, my platform, our platform, to become your spiritual server. Welcome to your daily reading for today, Monday, September 3rd of 2018. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. Changing up the format a little bit, just kind of experimenting, so let me know how you all feel about this little change on these videos. But let's dive into a bit of the cards and into the astrology to see what we have in store. As you can see, the cards that we have for today are the Source, which is the Ace of Wands, and also the card of the Mind, which is the Page of Swords. And this is backed and supported by the sacred vibrational card of the Cosmic Flower, which reads, "The frequency of Cosmic Flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world." Today's going to be an interesting day. We have the moon, which is going to be squaring off to Neptune, but it's also going to be making a quincunx over to Jupiter and Pluto retrograde later on in the evening. At the same time that this is happening, we do have the planet of Mercury, the mind, making a sextile over to Venus at 25 degrees. So this is going to make things pretty interesting because mentally we're definitely going to be wanting to feel like want to kind of indulge a bit today, kind of wanting to get into our passions, kind of wanting to, pamper ourselves up a bit. But Venus is in its shadow period as of right now. So, and Mercury, while it's in Leo, it's wanting to express and be passionate, right? It's wanting to, pour out, our magnificence out into the world, as the Cosmic Flower would say. But interesting enough, with the combination of these two cards, with the Ace of Wands and the Mind, what really can happen today is that your mind can hold you back. The mind is a very powerful tool, but the unfortunate thing about the mind is that it can be of great service to us, but it makes a terrible master. So that's something definitely to remember today, especially considering the fact that the Sun is in Virgo, which is co-ruled by Mercury, right? And the Sun all this week is going to be making an opposition over to Neptune retrograde in Pisces, which this is essentially we're going to be split between wanting to escape into our fantasies, but getting real about things at the same time. So this is an interesting moment today where, especially with the moon making a square off to Neptune, and coming off, of course, the 3/4 square to the Sun, yesterday, we're really going to be kind of caught in the space where we're wanting to kind of break out of systems. We're kind of wanting to break out of certain cycles that we're in, and we're wanting to explore. We're wanting to explore our heart. We're wanting to dive more into our passions, and really wanting to create from that space. However, we kind of do have to get real. This whole time with the Sun being in Virgo, this is a time of getting real. But this is not a time to neglect our fantasies and our imagination and what we want, because it's actually from this space that we create this life, that we create this world. It's our imagination. And this is going to get a little esoteric, but essentially we are all living within someone's imagination, which you can say is God, Goddess, universe. But each and every one of us can explore incredible, beautiful worlds that exist within us. But the vehicle into these worlds is our imagination. But what happens is that a lot of times we get caught up in cycles and routines. And even though Virgo is the sign of routines and structures in many ways, we're having to find a routine that really allows our heart to sing, that really allows our heart to just float and be alive and feel the passion. Today is a day where you really want to come out of your mind and get into your heart. Today is a day where really, if you are trapped in your mind, if you're trying to think things all the way out, if you're trying to think your way out of a situation, you're going to receive burnout. It's not really going to work. And especially with the moon being in Gemini still today, our minds are certainly triggered by our emotions, but it's making these quincunxes over to Jupiter and Pluto. With the quincunx over to Jupiter, this is of course about expanding our desires and wanting to dive deep into these areas, wanting to, feel the adventure as it comes to, these areas in our life that we probably wouldn't normally cross. This is like Jupiter's wanting us to go across the caution tape when it says warning, stay out of this area. Jupiter's wanting us to go past that area, but emotionally, we may be triggered by certain mental constraints that have us wondering, is like, can I really go that distance? Can I really go over there? Can I really explore this area of my consciousness? And of course, with the quincunx over to Pluto retrograde, this is talking about, us having to really transform the way that we see the world and not really allowing our mind to perpetuate this idea that we are held back, that we can't move forward, that we are stuck in a rut, that we can't break out of certain cycles that just don't really give us the energy, that doesn't really give us the vigor for life. Today is a day about invigoration. Today is a day about getting into your heart space. Today is a day where you embrace your imagination and you embrace the magic, but you do so in a practical way. The sun is still here in Virgo, and like I said, it's going to be making this opposition to Neptune, which is going to make for a very psychedelic week. But at the same time, it's like, really, this is a week where you're going to be wanting more and more and more to indulge, but at the same time, you do have to kind of get real about it. And of course, like I said, with this cosmic flower energy coming through, this is activating the remembrance that we are infinite, and that if we use our imagination, utilize our imagination and embrace it, we can pour into this world from that core, from our deep spiritual core, a great beauty and a great wonder to be expressed, to be explored. And people will really kind of just look at us and be like, wow, look at this person. They just really look like they're on cloud nine. They're really flying high. And this whole year has been about clearing. I talked about this in my motivational minute, how this whole year has been about clearing away all of this drama from our past, all of this darkness from our past. But this is the time, especially the second half of the year, where we are stepping in more into our light, stepping more into our higher vibrational selves. This is a time to not ponder on the past, not ponder what's happened, but to move forward in a courageous way, to move forward with bravery in our heart, bravery to embrace every moment of the day the best way that we can. So, like I said, with these cards too, with the Ace of Wands and the Page of Swords, there can be some restlessness for wanting to break out of certain situations or cycles or ruts that we feel just aren't really contributing. And this is still a time where you want to establish some sort of routine, but establish a routine of adventure for yourself. That's really what this is about. And know that you have the power to do anything. You really do, but if you allow yourself to be constrained and constricted by what the mind perceives, then you're really going to find yourself kind of just going around in circles and circles and circles and circles, and it's not really going to give you the energy that you're seeking, that you're looking for, that you're wanting to embrace. So utilize the mind today still, but don't allow yourself to get caught up in these mental cycles, these feedback loops of negativity, doubts, fears. Those are all programs. Those are all programs. Know that you are an infinite being of love, of light. You are a beautiful star child of the divine, and that you absolutely can accomplish anything your heart desires. That is it for your reading today, my beloved. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I would really, really appreciate it. And if you'd like a personal reading with me, beloved, I am running a sale the entire month of September. To take advantage of that, you can follow the link in the description below to theaquarianadepts.com. And always remember, my beautiful brothers and sisters, even though you're not going to be able to see me do this, but keep moving forward. Stay focused and Yahoo! Smile often. Yes, I definitely paused right there to smile.